Are you the captain? Oh, she doesn't want the microphone. Scary microphone. So let me ask you, Matthew. I mean, let's walk through the process, but let me do it a little bit backwards. The Wish was a pontoon boat, which what a great wish. How did that come into being?
As far as the Wish process getting started,
as far as the wish being for a boat.
Well, her obsession is water. I think she's the only kid on the planet that rushes to the bathroom to take a shower, to take a bath. Whenever she gets into any kind of pool, any kind of puddle, it doesn't matter. We cannot get her out of it. She absolutely loves everything with the water. She wants to be a mermaid when she gets bigger.
Yeah.
And so just the amount of love that she has just splashing around and playing in the water, it's her lifelong passion.
So, and the Wish was this year. Crystal, if you can pull that microphone closer to you, let me ask you about the story, because the Wish is this year, but the story is lymphoblastic lymphoma, or leukemia rather.
Leukemia.
So when does that become a term that is part of your everyday vocabulary? It's not part of mine, as you obviously can see. When did it become part of yours?
Yeah, so in September of 2020, we had just gotten back from a wonderful camping trip. And a couple days later, Lydia fell ill. She got a fever, and we noticed this very odd rash all over her body. It looked like someone had...
So she's 6 now, so this is happening...
She was 3.
When she was 3.
When she was 3. She had that rash. So, abundance of caution. We took her into urgent care to have that rash and the fever looked at. And, we were expecting rest and fluids, right? Go home and wait it out. But instead, they took us over to the emergency room and did some labs and very quickly came to a diagnosis. We were rushed over to Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
That's where they confirmed the diagnosis. And that same night, we were admitted into the MAC Fund. And for the next 2.5 years, that would be our home away from home.
Yeah. And so the 2 older brothers are here, Caden and Lucas. They're with us in studio too. So you're going through, as we all have, whatever is normal, right, in life until that moment, everything changes. And I would think as you look back on it, it's not that long ago, but what do you still feel in the emotions of that original? Overwhelmed, scared, all of it is part of the process, right?
Of course, there's always the fear of relapse. Nothing's a guarantee in life. We know it's a risk, and it's something that is in the back of our mind every single day. But we continue to push through, and we go for monthly labs at this point. And, she went yesterday and everything is great. So we hold on to that hope and the good space that we're in right now.
Yeah. So monthly you have to, well, I imagine daily, there's the fear daily, but monthly when you go in and do labs, then you're hanging there waiting for that.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's been really good. Her trends are holding steady. And they laid everything out for us at the very beginning, and we're literally spot on where we should be. Her particular diagnosis, they said that out of all the different strands and variations of leukemia, she has the most common, the most studied, and the most treatable. So they told us flat out, if you got to choose one, this is the one that you want. It has, 96% success rate.
Okay.
And she can contest to that. She has survived it. She beat it. She's been done since January with chemo and everything. So she's good there. But that doesn't mean that we let our guard down.
Sure.
Whenever she gets sick or gets a fever or anything, we still are overly cautious about how we treat her, how we care for her, not just give her Tylenol and put her to bed for a few hours. Yeah. We just got to watch her a little more closely.
Crystal, what was that treatment process like as a parent to watch your little girl go through chemo and the treatment that she had to go through to get where she is today? It's
terrifying. It's heartbreaking. I was her primary caregiver through it all. You end up missing a lot of work and a lot of time at home to do all of those appointments and the chemo and dealing with the illness and the complications. There's so many complications. along the way. So it's not ever just treating the cancer. There's always something that pops up that you have to handle in the moment.
It's her diagnosis, but it's a family deal, right? Because you all brothers are dealing with it, mom and dad are dealing with it, and you have the doctors to rely on. And also then obviously this comes back to Make-A-Wish and how valuable they have been in your process of going through this. Yes. Make-A-Wish, how valuable they've been to you.
Definitely. It's since the very beginning, the first day we talked to Make-A-Wish, they made it very clear it wasn't just about Lydia. They made it sure it was about the entire family, how to embrace the entire family. And because we all suffered in our own way through the whole thing. And the way that Make-A-Wish just came in and was just warm and welcoming and loving on every single member of our family, all the way down to our dogs, they were happy and loving about it. I mean, it's just been an incredible, incredible experience.
So when somebody asks you about the value of somebody donating to Make-A-Wish, you guys have lived the life here. You're living the life. It's not, I mean, it's constant. You're going to be going through this. So how do you entice somebody? How do you make the call for somebody to donate to Make-A-Wish?
So we've shared a little bit about our story and the struggles with Lydia, but something that often gets overlooked is how the siblings are affected through the whole journey. And one of the challenges that we struggled with was supporting our boys and their mental health.
Yeah.
And Make-A-Wish did such an amazing job. And they're so intentional with including and celebrating the whole family.
Yeah.
Through the whole process, they loved on our boys just as much as Lydia and reminded them that they matter and that they were strong and they were brave. And so every time we go out on that boat and we spend time together doing all of our favorite activities, the fishing and the swimming and the picnics out there on the boat with family and friends, it means the world to us. And it provides hope and happiness like it does for every other Wish family. But we feel healing every time we're out on that boat. We miss so much as a family when we were separated. Yeah. And we don't take any moment that we have together out on that boat for granted.
Yeah, in some ways, this sounds silly, but you guys live it, so it maybe just sounds silly to me to say it. In some ways, it's a gift to bring you even closer. What you're having to go through, nobody wants to go through, but has there been a gift in this as well?
I mean, yeah.
Maybe perspective?
Just the perspective of, I mean, it sounds cliche, but say don't take life for granted. Yeah. Because we went from 24 hours, in a 24-hour period of being a perfectly normal family to taking leukemia or taking chemotherapy in our 3-year-old daughter. It was, I mean, our life flipped upside down in just a matter of a couple of hours. And so it's really made us appreciate and cherish the moments that we get to spend together even more. The bonding, the closest, we're a very tight family to begin with, and it only makes us stronger.
Well, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you sharing the story and having you here, the whole family, Caden, Lucas, Lydia, and Crystal and Matthew. You left the dogs at home. I wish you'd have brought the dogs.
I wanted to, trust me. I wanted to.
Oh, perfect. You got 2 dogs. Is one of them your favorite?
My favorite one is Popeye.
Popeye is your favorite? Okay, well, what's the other dog's name?
Their names are Pilot and Co-Pilot, but their nicknames are Pie Pie and Coco for short.
All right. Well, don't tell Coco that he's not your favorite dog.
Coco is actually hers. She got her own puppy when she finished her first phase of her treatment. She was given a puppy.
Well, it's a beautiful story, and we're so happy to have you here and glad that you're doing well, Lydia. Keep it up. We'll keep doing well. And for all of you listening, right now is the time to call. Make a donation, 877-272-9474 or radiowishes.com. Make-A-Wish Wish-A-Thon continues with Drew and KB coming up next on The Game. Closing.